Hi, welcome to Nina in the Kitchen. Today I'm going to make a mussels marinara or Fra Diablo. Here they all are. For 2 people, I'm going to use 2.5 pounds, which is just a little over 1 kilo. So let me start the sauce first. Let me show you what we're using. For 2.5 pounds of mussels, I have 5 cloves of garlic, which I have sliced, along with 1/2 of a sweet onion. This is a Vidalia onion. This is some olive oil going in. I have 1/2 cup of dry white wine. And for spice, I'm using a crushed dried red pepper. And then of course we have tomatoes. I left the tomatoes rather thick and there are some chunks in there because this is a rustic dish. Olive oil, just enough to cover the bottom of the pan. And then the first thing in is going to be onion. And I just want these to sweat. I don't want them to get brown at all. So this is on a low medium heat. I'm just going to put a lid on that and come back in just 3 minutes. These are getting steamy and soft, and so the next thing in is going to be garlic. And again, you do not want to brown this. You just want everything softened. And I'm putting the red pepper in here as well. And now I'm going to add the wine. And we're building the sauce. The reason I wanted to make this sauce, I'm just doing a couple ladles of tomato. Now you can see how watery this is. So I'm going to bump up the heat, let all of this meld together, but also I want to cook off some of that liquid. I want the sauce to be a little thicker. I use parsley at the end. This is a bundle of parsley stems. Don't throw them away. They're a great flavor. You don't want to necessarily eat them. So what I do is I put them in here and let them steep along with everything else. Pluck them out at the end when you're finished making your sauce, and then your fresh chopped parsley leaves can go in. So now let's talk about mussels. These are farm-raised mussels. Mussels grow all over the world. They grow on these big long ropes that are called beards. And you want your mussels to be closed. Now, these mussels they just came out of the refrigerator. I checked them earlier and they were all closed, but you see now they're opening. This guy, if I find one that's open, I'll take him out and put him off to the side. Once they warm up a little bit, if you tap it and they do not close, discard that mussel because it may be dead. They have been discarded either because their shell is broken or they're just not closing up whatsoever. So those are the discards. If you find them wild or if you buy them farm raised, you may find some with a little piece of beard in it. Well, these mussels are very clean, but you can see these 2 guys are hooked together by a little string, and that is part of the beard. So what you do is you just take a knife and you cut that off. That's all. It's very simple, very easy to do. Here's another little piece of beard and even some barnacle. So you might want to scrape that. And of course, if you have wild mussels, you'll have more of this than these farm-raised mussels that I have. This sauce is beginning to get a little thicker. I think what I'm going to add to this is just a little pinch of saffron. Mussels love saffron, and I just happen to have some. And I'm going to need a little pinch of salt in here. This sauce has thickened up somewhat. It looks more like a sauce. The flavors are all melding together in there. It smells really good. So now all that you do is pour these mussels in with whatever juices they've discarded. This will take about 3 minutes once you put the mussels in. These will exude a lot of their own juices. So every once in a while, just give it a stir, maybe once every minute, and you'll see already they're starting to open up just a little bit. They've been in there only about 30 seconds, but you do want to get all of this goodness everywhere. So we'll do that about 3 times, once a minute, and by the end of 3 minutes, they should all be ready to eat. As I was tossing the mussels in the broth, I thought I would show this to you. These 2 mussels are definitely cooked. You see the skin is tight. It's really loose in there. This one is on its way, not quite. This one is still not done. Whoops. And that's what I wanted to show you, is just how you can tell the difference. This one's almost cooked. He'll have to go back. Well, these both will. But this guy, you see he's tight on here, doesn't want to come off of the shell. So these two go back in, and when they're all finished, we'll be back to taste them. There they are, they're beautiful. I'm going to just put that last bit of parsley on here. These are the parsley leaves that I chopped up. Give them another toss. Remove this parsley bundle. That's done its job. We can retire that. These just go into a bowl. If you can see this, on the bottom of this bowl, there's a lot of juice. So when you serve this, just be sure everyone, no matter how you eat it, gets a little bit of that juice and also some of the mussels. Let me show you how to eat these. You'll always find an empty shell because there are runners. There are some that just fall out of the shell. And a really cool way to eat these is just to use these like a little pincher. Or you keep this throughout the meal. You always want to serve this in a bowl with some good crusty bread. Make sure that everyone gets some of this soup at the bottom. You can serve it over pasta or with bread just to dip. Either way, it's so delicious. It's such a great and fast meal. This and a salad, and you have a fabulous dinner. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you come back for more stuff. Bye, guys.